The first site is dorms in Oregon. Now, if you put in a zombie barricade on the bottom right corner of any of the bunks upstairs, you can get a vault prompt if you crouch on the left side of it, just like this, and now you can vault over the zombie barricade and you're inside of the bunk. This is super cool, and you can even do it inside of the bunk over here and the bunk over here. The next site is kitchen and dining. The tip for this site is if you play Thermite and you come into Small Tower, all you have to do to open up the wall for completely free without any EMPs is put your Thermite next to this ladder upstairs just like this. Now once you set off your Thermite, the proximity of that explosion should open up this wall for free. It's completely uncounterable by Cade and it works super well. The next tip is for basement. Now this tip is two really cool Cade Claw spots that you can use to electrify the downstairs walls. If you want to electrify the wall that typically has head holes on it that directly contest construction, all you have to do is throw your Cade Claw directly below this vent right here. As you can see, my Cade Claw's there, and if I hop down, this wall is electrified. Now if you want to electrify these two walls for whatever reason, instead of throwing it under this vent, you can throw it in these vines instead. Now as you can see, both of the walls are electrified. My last tip is for meeting and kitchen. Now if you're playing upstairs, you can open this hatch just like this. All you want to do is put a head hole next to the reinforcement where there's usually feet holes instead, and now you're able to watch anybody coming up the tower stairs with this nice pixel angle that I've lined out for you. Now this was just 4 of 64 different bomb sites that I'll be going over in this video, so make sure you watch till the end. The next tip is for CC and Cash on Clubhouse. For this tip, if you're tired of constantly getting berated by people playing a zombie in rafters, all you have to do is play Monty. If you bring EMP grenades for the person on the wall, they can easily get the wall open and help you with the strat. As Monty, all you'll do is sit on this door and apply passive pressure to the person in rafters. Once your teammate has the wall open though, feel free to walk up the stairs. The Azami won't be able to do anything about this, and with the wall open, you and your teammate can easily pressure and kill the person on rafters for absolutely free. The next tip is if you're in basement. If you're somebody that's trying to anchor and you have this typical reinforcement rotate feet hole set up here, you can make this even better. All you have to do is put a hole on the top left of this reinforcement right here. Once you've made this hole, break 1 to 2 chairs on this table, hop onto the table, and now you can see anybody walking down secret stairs for a free kill. Now we're in gym and bedroom, and this next tip is a spawn peek that you can do that nobody knows about. All you have to do is get to the top right corner of this hatch right here and stand on it. Once you're about right here, look at this weight rack here until you get a vault prompt. Right about here. Now, vault onto the weights. When you vault onto the weights, you're going to walk into this wall diagonally so that you end up on the second rack where there aren't any weights at all. Just like that. Okay. Now that I'm on this rack right here, you can look right in between the door of this gate and these tires here. This is where people will try to sprint to if they're going to garage. After 4 seconds of the prep phase has ended, you can easily pre-fire and get some free kills, or wait for them to peek you and kill them. Overall, a great spawn peek that most people don't know about. This next tip is if you're playing for bar and stage. Now, if you're, for whatever reason, playing this site and this hatch is open right here, whether it be because you opened it or the attackers opened it, it doesn't matter. All you have to do to contest the hatch is come to basement stairs. From basement stairs, you're easily able to look above this brick wall here and see a sliver of anybody that's on this hatch just like that. Now, this can be dangerous as people love to play in this hallway when attacking this site. So instead, you can reverse this by actually playing inside of gym and opening this hatch for whatever reason if you decide to, and proning on the hatch. Now you're able to see bottom main, top main, and even a little bit into the hallway as well to get free kills that no one will expect you to get. The next site is Master and Office for Chalet. Now, a lot of times people will put a deployable shield on this piano. It's a very common setup and it's been in the game for a while. But did you know that this piano is actually soft and you can shoot directly through it? If you're an attacker, this can be really threatening, but a lot of times people will just sit behind the shield like this and they'll peek off of it. As you can see, I'm shooting through this piano right here, and on the other side, bullet holes are appearing, so you can actually shoot through this piano and get free wallbang kills. The next tip is for this basement site. Now, if you come upstairs and you knife this vase just like this, and hopefully you're able to move around the debris in front of the front door just like this, you're able to come back downstairs into wine cellar, hop on top of the wine table just like this, and shoot open vert right here. As you can see, you're able to see the double door. If you break this wine barrel right here as well, you can get even closer, shotgun open even more, and now with that vase and its debris gone, you have a clear, full view of anybody that walks in the door to which you can shotgun and kill them. The next tip is if you're attacking bar and games. You're going to be playing Maverick for this strat. As Maverick, open the basement just like this. Whenever it's safe, you can walk in and immediately get your torch out and open the bottom of this wall right here. Now, if you have a teammate who's immediately able to ADS as you're doing this, you can easily kill the Mira player who's right here because this wall is reinforced, typically with no electricity on it. It's actually really good and can get you a free kill in most scenarios. The next tip is for kitchen and dining. Now, if you get on top of this plant right here, typically next to where the rotate is, and you shoot holes above this reinforcement, you can see anybody going up or down the fireplace stairs and get an easy kill. This next tip is for armory and archives on border. Now, this is a tip for Capitao. If you switch to his smokes, you can make one-way smokes that are super helpful for the site. As Capitao, all you have to do is shoot your Capitao dart at this beam right here. This Capitao bolt makes it to where you can still see the torso and legs of any defender that tries to swing you while you plant. But if you're a defender and you walk in the smoke, you actually can't see anything. As you can see, it's very hard and I'm standing up. The only weakness is if the defender crouches. Now, he's still able to see a little bit, but even then if he walks in the smoke, not able to see much. So, pretty cool. Next is bathroom and tellers. As RAM, there's 3 RAM devices that you can do that are super good for this site. Your first one, you just throw through this window and immediately activate. This RAM device will get any vert that is for bathroom, while also giving you a rotate for upstairs that you can use, and it gets a little bit of vert for workshop as well. As RAM, now you're able to sit on this window, and you can see anybody that tries to rotate through this rotate. You're also able to put a RAM device right here that gets you the rest of vert for bathroom, it gives you another rotate, and it gets you the vert for all of this hallway right here. Your third one you can put right here. When you activate it, now you have vert for anybody in workshop that might be trying to contest you whenever you drop this hatch. As you can see, now I have vert for all of deep workshop. The next site is supply and customs. All you have to do is open up this portion of the passport wall right here. This allows you to shoot open a portion of this barricade just like this, and now you're able to spawn peek anybody coming to the vent trying to look at the CC door. Overall, a great spawn peek that you can do literally from just sight if you don't reinforce this wall. After you get the spawn peek though, then you can reinforce the wall and it's free game. The last site is vent and customs. Now, this angle that you can get is really nice and no one uses it. All you have to do is prone on this door right here. Then you can clearly see the right and left side archway of the double door that's outside, and you can see people's feet, allowing you to easily wallbang them through this door without them knowing that you're even here at all. If we break this barricade, you can see more of what I mean. Under the sliver of the barricade, you can clearly see the right side and left side of this double door, allowing you to, again, wallbang through the barricade when you see their feet. The next site is hookah and billiards for clubhouse. For this site, as Osa, you can reverse rappel on the hookah window, put an Osa shield on said window, and then upside down rappel just like this. Now, if you peek this absolutely correctly, you can get a pixel angle onto anybody trying to rotate behind the bar, or just anybody on the bar in general, and because this couch is here, and this OSHA shield is here, they cannot shoot you back reliably. You're also able to get this same exact angle for the doorway to your left as well, but be careful, there is a rotate to your left that they can swing you from. The next tip is for service and kitchen. Now, if you want a Cade Claw that can electrify this wall that cannot be shot at all, you can place it in between these 2 metal trusses right here beneath the bed upstairs. As you can see, when I place it just like that, it will electrify all 3 walls. But as you can see, because there's a bed right here covering the Cade Claw, people on vert are completely unable to shoot this Cade Claw. It's completely safe. The next site is for penthouse and theater. Now, typically what people do is they will reinforce this right side wall here, due to the fact that if you don't, people in this hallway can shoot anybody trying to rotate between the sites. But I recommend you put a rotate here instead. If you put a rotate here, it allows you to then put a shield just like this. This shield will now allow you to play hallway, giving you, the defender, the power and control over this hallway, instead of vice versa, letting the attackers have the control. It also gives you another avenue of rotating between sites for this hallway specifically that you normally wouldn't be able to have. It's pretty default in high elo and in Pro League, which is why I recommend you do it so highly. The next site is Sunrise and Blue Bar. Now my tip is, instead of fully reinforcing this wall, what you want to do is put feet holes along the wall instead. These feet holes allow you as a solo queue player to sit in reception with your gun and shoot anybody trying to plant inside of Blue Bar, as well as anybody trying to hop in the window right here. Instead of having to have one guy play upstairs, one guy play in Blue Bar, one guy play in reception to keep the wall closed if anybody aces it, you instead, as one solo queue person, can completely hold all of Blue Bar without having to have anybody else anywhere. It's really good for solo queue, and it's really good in general. Next is bar and cocktail for cafe. I'm going to show you a cool bulletproof camera spot you can do inside of piano. All you have to do is get next to the ledge here and vault on top of it. Then slowly walk on the rail so you don't fall, and place your bulletproof camera directly on the top rectangle of this speaker right here. If you're able to do this, it actually looks like it's part of the speaker from the unsuspecting attacker eye, and they won't notice it at all. And this covers a wide range of all of Piano, because a lot of people like to drone through this hallway. You can easily zap the drone and have your teammate who's either in Piano or inside of the box swing and kill the drone. It's pretty useful and can get a lot of utility while also being pretty hidden in the process. The next site is Kitchen, and this is an attacking strategy. You're going to be pushing back site as Ash. If they're doing the castle strat, use your breaching charges to get rid of the double door castle and the single castle right here. Then use your third breaching charge on this wall just like so. Now hopefully you've saved your Ash charges at this point, because then you're going to use your Ash charges on this wall that's typically soft. Now as you can see, there's two huge holes here that allow you to hold a long angle onto anybody on this double window, on the bomb chassis right here, tucked in the corner here, and anybody in Kitchen. If you're able to swing this door, quick peek, and kill anybody on your left, you can then swing your right and kill anybody inside of Kitchen, allowing you to get a lot of kills and a free round win in the process. This Ash strat is great. The next site is Reading and Fireplace. If you're holding upstairs for Freezer and you want this wall cated off for absolutely free, all you have to do is come back into Reading and throw your Cade Claw in the top left corner just like that. As you can see, both of these walls are electrified completely. This next tip is if you're attacking Mining and Fireplace. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of leaving these walls right here soft, to which you can easily buck it open and get a free angle onto anybody sitting inside of Train or Mining. Now, if they don't make the mistake of keeping these walls soft and they reinforce it, you can easily still breach this wall with Ace, with Thermite, or with a hard breaching charge from Buck. It really doesn't matter. And now you can still get that angle from top red stairs instead of being actually on the wall and risking your life in the process. Now, the reinforcement only goes so high. It goes as high as the wood right here. But if you open up above that, they can't actually reinforce that. And you can go all the way to top red right here and get a nasty angle onto anybody walking in the bomb site from above the wall. Or if you open up this wall too, you can easily get an angle there as well. The next site is Aviator Games for Villa. Come into bar, and when you're in bar, you can shoot out this part of the floor just right here. This allows you to get a sliver of anybody trying to walk up main stairs, and for the attackers, it's pretty hard to see. The next site is for Statue and Trophy. This is a good Azami strat to hold down master bedroom control. The first Azami will go on this couch next to the bed. This makes it to where you can play inside of master without having to worry about the window. If you don't want to worry about this window either, you can put an Azami barricade on this little curve on the fireplace. Now, you can sit in master, crouched pretty reliably, and not have to worry about anything other than the closet hop in. The next site is Dining and Kitchen. If you're attacking this site, you can easily rappel on this window just like this. Next, you can shoot open part of this pantry just like this. And now you have a long angle if anybody's behind Tetris or anybody's in Dining in general, which is pretty hard for them to kill. And finally, we have Living Room and Library. If for whatever reason you're attacking this site, a cool tip is that you're actually able to rappel to the skylight. So if you're an attacker, you're able to easily contest anybody that's inside of Trophy or inside of Statue. But the coolest part is you can upside down rappel and get an angle on this doorway that nobody would ever suspect. The next site is Server and Radar for Canal. This tip is a cool spot that you can sit in. All you have to do is break this fan right here. Then you should get a vault prompt onto the printer just like so. Now you're able to sit on top right here, and if anybody tries to walk in through here, they won't expect you to be in this angle, especially if you're prone and you're sitting sideways just like this. The next tip is for the basement bomb site. As an attacker, you can hop on this box right here. If you do this and you open up the locker's window, get on the right side of the box as much as you can without falling, and lean to the right as well, now you have an angle that looks all into bathroom, into the back of shower as well. The next site is Map Room and Security. There's a great mute strat that you can do. A lot of the times, people will push upstairs, so if you put a mute jammer on this door right here, and put a mute jammer at the top of these stairs right here, and you hold right here with the shotgun, now nobody can join you from this door, and nobody can join you from the bottom red door either, meaning that you can completely dominate red stairs with a shotgun because the attackers have zero information. It's a pretty simple strat, but you'd be surprised how effective it is because people just can't drone your shotgun out. The next site is Coast Guard and Lounge. Now, due to the fact that nobody and their mother plays this site at all ever, it's a little hard to make a tip for this one, but I'll give you a Valkyrie setup that's pretty cool for this site. The first Valkyrie camera is going to go inside of this printer, just like this. This Valkyrie camera can see anybody walking inside of this closet or inside of reception. The next Valkyrie camera will go right next to these wires right here. This Valkyrie camera will not get shot by anybody walking down the printer stairs because they can't see it, but it can also see anybody trying to get this wall open, as well as anybody on green stairs or in the hallway. Then finally, this Valkyrie camera under the light in the lower bridge can see anybody that walks from reception into the hallway next to site, as well as anybody lower bridge in general. The next site is Armory and Throne for Theme Park. Now, if you reinforce these two walls here, and you put a Cade Claw in the top right here, as well as a Cade Claw beneath the bench right here, these two Cade Claws will electrify this wall, while also not being able to be shot by anybody that's on vert, because as you can see right here, this is all concrete until right here, where it actually becomes soft floor, so they can't shoot that Cade. The next side is Initiation and Office. If you prone right here inside of Office and you look through this drone hole, you can see anybody coming out of the double door from Cafe. If I shoot right here, you'll be able to see the bullets all the way on the other side. You're not going to get any headshots, but you'll be able to shoot the feet of anybody that passes through here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3. The next site is Bunk and Daycare. If you want to electrify this wall to Initiation right here without worry of EMP grenades, all you have to do is come downstairs and put a Cade Claw on the ceiling just like this. As you can see, that Cade Claw completely electrified the Initiation wall. And finally, there's Lab and Storage Room. Now, if you come into Bathroom, you can put in a zombie on the edge of this urinal just like this. This will make it to where they cannot hop in the window unless they destroy this, which they can't do outside the window, surprisingly enough. If you stack this up with another one, now they can't even see from the window. The next side is if you're attacking top floor of bank. A really cool angle that a lot of people don't utilize is the fact that you can rappel on this window here. When you rappel on this window here, you're able to get a large angle into Trump, which is really cool to do. But that's actually not the main focus of this tip. The main focus is getting a zero camera on the roof from this window. If you do this, you now have a main lobby camera that is almost impossible for defenders to find due to the amount of space that is inside of lobby. You're also able to shoot the camera from here, which is pretty cool, giving you a camera that you can use to utilize to rush up the stairs here. Next is if you're attacking the basement on bank. If you want to get rid of both of the mirrors that are typically downstairs, all you have to do is throw a Twitch drone in this drone hole. If you drive all the way through this air duct right here, you can get a long angle onto the mirror that is typically on this wall right here and zap it for absolutely free. You can also zap this camera and make your drone go all the way down here. Typically no one sits in this bomb site, so you can hop it through here, drive your drone through this rotate, and zap the mirror that's typically on the other side. Now, both mirrors are gone within the first 30 seconds, and they don't have a default camera either, all the while clueless as to how it even happened. The next site is Open Area and Staff Room. Now, there's this cool trick where you can actually go in between this wall and the refrigerator. All you have to do is prone just like this. This will allow you to sneak past the refrigerator, and then once you unprone, you will be stuck in here, but they will never expect you to be here. All you have to do to get out is, again, prone and crawl out. Very high risk, very high reward, but something that's pretty cool about this site. Finally, we have this Tellers and Archives castle setup that's really good for free ranked wins. First of all, you want to castle off this window, so they can't get a long angle from the closet right at a spawn. Next, you want to castle this door, so they can't get into ATMs and get a long angle in between both of the sites. Next, you want to castle this door, for the exact same reason. And finally, you want to castle off this double door as well. If you put a prox alarm at the top of this door here, and at the top of your stairs here, you can easily play on this staircase, paired up with a rotate right here, feet holes next to it, and now you can see anybody walking in from this door, and if you shoot a hole right here, you can see anybody walking in the other door, making it to where they literally can't push A if they wanted to, and because of the castle over here, they can't push you either. If you reinforce these two walls, it makes it even harder for them to flush you out. Paired up with the prox alarms, you will know where they're pushing you from, and you're easily able to deal with it too. The next side is Karaoke and Tea for Skyscraper. The coolest tip about this is that you can put vert right next to the rotate that you play off of. This vert specifically can watch anybody trying to walk up your black stairs, as well as anybody trying to go in through the T door right here as well. Overall, super useful if you're kind of paranoid about anybody walking in up your staircase. Side note, it also watches the window here. Pretty cool. The next site is Exhibition and Office. Now, as a zombie, you can do the same thing that we did on Drug for Theme Park. You can put in a zombie barricade right here. This makes it super difficult for them to come into the window, and they can't actually knife this from outside the window like the other one. If you block this off as well, now they can't even see anybody from this window, and it's not even a threat to you anymore. The next site is Bedroom and Bathroom. Now, if you want this caded and electrified off without them being able to get it, all you have to do is come up into Lounge, and if you shoot the left pillow right here, hello? And you prone, you can throw your Cade Claw directly like this. Now this Cade Claw will electrify both of these walls flawlessly. And then finally you have Barbecue and Kitchen. Now this is a great Cade strategy for this site specifically. All All you have to do is put one Cade Claw exactly right here. This Cade Claw alone will cade these two walls and the hatch. If you throw another Cade Claw directly right here, that Cade Claw will cade off the karaoke wall also, which is pretty cool. The next site is Server for top floor Nighthaven Labs. As Frost, you're able to get a free Frost Trap kill 90% of rounds. All you have to do is vault right here and put your bulletproof camera just like this. Then put a Frost Mat directly below you on these plants. Now, these plants will hide your Frost Mat. 9 times out of 10, they will not see that. And because they're not able to knife this bulletproof camera from where they are, they're going to go up to it, try to knife it, falling in your Frost Mat in the process. Shout out to Onyx R6 for making the strat. Next up, we have the basement site for Nighthaven. Typically, you'll want rotate or a head hole on the right side of this double wall right here. And as a zombie, you want to put your zombie barricade in the top right triangle just like so, preferably in the middle and at the top of it. This will allow you to get a pixel angle onto anybody trying to push up from the wall, the default wall on the other side, which is pretty cool. The next side is kitchen and cafeteria. Now, the hatch is at the roof, and you can't reinforce it unless you go outside, so you want to do it immediately after the prep phase ends. You can easily sprint out and reinforce the hatch, and because their spawn is so far away, even 3 speeds that are running right at you won't be able to get you, and you can go back inside and even re-barricade the barricade completely safely without having to worry about anyone shooting you. It's pretty cool. And then finally, we have the bottom control room site. Now, typically, if you want to take control of the site, you need garage and rafters control. You get that easily if you open up this wall right here. Now, when you get that wall open, you can rappel right here and just peek your head. And anybody that tries to swing this doorway to contest you on the wall will have no idea that you're here and you can easily kill them. It's a pretty cool rappel angle, and because you're right next to metal, it's actually pretty hard for them to shoot you back. The next site is CEO and Admin for Emerald Plains. Now, I've made a sledge hole right next to this bomb, just to better highlight where you need to be grenading from below, because that is the tip. Typically, as defenders, they'll sit behind this A-bomb and peek the window that's right there. But if you're an attacker with a grenade, you can easily just get on this door after getting in the building, cook a grenade, and grenade from below. So it's actually pretty easy to do, and you'll get some free kills if you know someone is sitting on there based off of information from your teammate that's on the window. The next site is kitchen and dining. Now, as a defender, you can go upstairs and get a crazy angle. The floor right next to this double wall is actually soft, and you can open it up right here. Now you're actually able to see anybody that's on the wall downstairs. I've gotten kills from people who haven't even walked in the wall yet, people that are just quick peeking. So I know that it definitely is possible, and it's super easy to do. For the next site, we're going to statue and ceramic. As an attacker, you can get on this statue window right here. If you rappel on this window, you can open up this wall. Once you've opened up that wall, you can upside down rappel, and now you have a deep angle onto the other site if the site is there, or if the site's here, you have an angle that can watch anybody trying to flank. My next tip is for bar and lounge. If I had to give you one tip for this site, do not go this site. The next site is meeting room and console office for Consulate. Now, a lot of people don't know that you can make vert right behind this desk to kill anybody that hops in through this window, which people commonly hop in through to get free kills. For the second site, we're gonna go in basement. Now, if you make vert right here, you can actually see the window hop in for here. So if they try to do a backside push, you know that they've pushed backside last time, then you can easily get a kill to anybody right here. The cool thing is though, you can even shoot through these wires if you want to, and they actually can't see you. So if you hide behind these wires and you shoot, you will get free kills that they can't even shoot you back from. The next site is piano and exposition. Now, there's one tip that will win you every single ranked game that you ever play, every single round that you go here. You want to know what it is? Reinforce the f***ing hatch. For the love of God, reinforce that hatch. Please, I'm begging you, reinforce that hatch. Finally, we have the split site where there's one first floor and then the second site is in basement. Now, the thing about this site is it's very good only if you're coordinated. The reason this is because a lot of people will have people up here and nobody downstairs. And there's also the risk of a backside push, which is really, really bad. My tip to you for this site is if you want to win this site, have your majority of players in the basement with a Pulse or a Valkyrie player. This will allow you to nitro or shoot anybody trying to go from a plant above, so you don't even need to have a player up there. As long as you extend into these rooms, maybe have a castle or something so they can't push backside, then you'll actually win a lot of the rounds on this site. You just don't have anybody in the site and you play below, just like you did in the old console. It's pretty simple. The next site is going to be laundry and piano for Outback. If you don't know, you can rappel exactly right here outside the main wall. And then if you look through this drone hole after breaking the luggage, you can get a long angle onto the laundry door just like this. If anyone's hiding in the corner or swinging out the door rotating, doesn't really matter. You can also see right under the bunk bed right here for anybody maybe sitting back inside of bunks. So overall, pretty cool angle. The next site is going to be Party and Office. Now, one thing about this site that particularly sucks is there's too much to reinforce and not enough reinforcements. Well, if you want to save a reinforcement, all you have to do is open up this hatch here. This makes it to where you don't have to reinforce this wall, because then they won't be able to open it in the first place due to the fact that they can't even walk up to it because the hatch is open. This allows you to save a reinforcement on one wall and put it somewhere else that they may have not been able to do in the first place. This next one is for green and red bedroom. If you come into the closet and you get an explosive, whether it be an impact or a nitro cell, you can explode these two cabinets right here. The reason this is important is because normally you have a reinforcement on this wall. If you hop on top of the refrigerator above the reinforcement, you can easily open up here. And now because the cabinets aren't in front of your face, now you have an angle onto anybody that pushes this door or this double door. The best part about it too is you can even sprint and hop over this in case you need to do a late rotate. It's pretty awesome. The next sites are kitchen and shop. If for whatever god forbidden reason you choose to go to these terrible sites, here's a Valkyrie camera that will win you a lot of rounds. If you put a Valkyrie camera anywhere inside of a light that has grating around it, it hides the Valkyrie camera really well, while also still giving you a full 360 view of anything that's around it. You can put one in restaurant, you can put one top shark, and lastly is a Valkyrie camera that isn't in a light bulb, but it's still pretty good, and it's just under this motorcycle right here. This is the last place you'll expect a Valkyrie camera, but it at least watches this side of the map in case you get pushed from here and not over here. The next site is server and shower for Stadium Bravo. Now, a lot of people like to reinforce this wall in between both of the sites, but actually I recommend you put head holes here. This allows you to put head holes here, which allows you to get on this window right here, and now you have a long angle onto the site. Or if you do it from this window and you open up that wall instead, now you have a long angle in the site from a different wall. Either way, pretty cool angles, but attackers aren't really going to use that. Instead, as a defender, you should be on site utilizing it instead. Just by sitting here, you can get the angle I was talking about with the first window, or if you want to switch to the second window, you can get that angle too. Either way, pretty good lineups. The next site is Armory Lockers for top floor. Now, one of the things that sucks about this site is you can't flank the east side of the map due to the fact that there's these big glaring glass circles everywhere that really fuck up anything you try to do. If you want to avoid drones sitting outside here for absolutely free, all you have to do is put observation blockers in front of them, just like this. This one too, just observation blocker that hoe, and you're good, you're good. The next site is kitchen and server. Now, one thing about the reception area that a lot of people don't know is this part of the floor is actually soft, and if you open it, you can get direct angles from upstairs onto anybody that is inside of this area here, and you can easily shoot them. So that's an angle I didn't know about until I actually made this video that you should probably get to trying. And then lastly, we have penthouse and VIP. Now, because I'm too lazy, I'm not actually going to switch to Fenrir. I'm just going to show you what to do as Fenrir. What you want to do firstly is open up the bottom of this wall here. Then you're going to throw your Fenrir mine next to the hatch just like this. Once you've activated it, you can sit inside of VIP and wait for somebody to drop. When they drop, the fear toxin will go off and they'll be completely blind as to where they're getting shot from, and you can easily shoot them in the feet just like that. But that's going to be it for today's video. This video took an entire day for me just to record. So if you could, check out this next video where I VOD review Jinxie, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later.